Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. Going to be checking out an awesome game for you here today. Up the top right side of the map, we do have Mr. SeleCT. He is 25 years of age, from South Korea, plays for Team Dignitas. No, I always have a problem with that. Team Dignitas, apparently, is the way it's pronounced. And yeah, so apparently he left the team and then came back to it like 6 months later or something like that. Or like 10 months later or something. Anyway, that's interesting. And his opponent up the top left side of the map, it is Mr. Sen. He is 27 years of age, from Taiwan, and plays for Hong Kong Attitude. Very, very nice. Very, very good stuff. And yeah, he's 27 years of age, so he's one of the, he's almost as old as me. That's how old he is. So he is one of the oldest StarCraft 2 players I have seen, which does give you some idea of how old these guys are. But of course, if you have been watching my cast for a while, you'll know most of the ages of all the professional StarCraft 2 players. And if you don't know, you can always go into the Liquipedia, wiki.teamliquid.net, and most of the details are on there. So anyway, let's start checking it out. SeleCT looks like he's going for a command center before barracks. Pretty fast economic build. The map is not super huge, but it is pretty huge. So I think he's going to be safe doing this. Sen already getting an expansion, obviously. Going for a hatch before pool build. And you'd be nuts to go for a pool before hatch build on this sort of map. Except perhaps if you're going against a Zerg. But against a Terran or a Protoss, no, you'd be nuts. And I am going to be extremely surprised if Sen does not go for a fast third base up in this corner here. Up in this top right corner of his section. So we will see, but I'm guessing that's going to happen. And meanwhile, both players just going to be getting out a ton of workers to sort of finish this off. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I suppose that's the normal stuff out of the way. I haven't really got much to tell you. It's not much has been happening. It is getting too close to. It's just past the middle of July as I'm casting this, but as you're watching it, it's going to be getting very close to the start of August. So the Hairy Bash number 4 will take place sometime around the start to middle of August. I haven't decided when yet, but we'll figure out a good time and then we will cast it. And as always, it's leading up to the Hairy Smash, which will take place late December, early January, which is going to be a massive tournament with qualifications based on the top 3 players for each Hairy Bash. So it's going to be exceptionally awesome. And yeah, we're going to be seeing exactly how it turns out, but that's much later in the year. We don't have to worry about that right now. What we do have to worry about is this game, and we've got double gas coming out here. He starts going for double gas over there. Then we're going to be thinking mutas or, I don't know, infestors or swarm hosts or something like that. But for now, just playing fairly standard, nothing going down. We got the third base actually pushing out the front here, going for the riskier base early in the game. And then once he's got this fully fortified, it'll be a lot easier for you to expand to this point later on. Meanwhile, Mr. SeleCT going for a bunch of stuff, getting the gate up, getting a bunch of Marines in there, getting fast Widow Mines, a lot of Widow Mines out of that as well. And we do have a starport over here. So it looks like he's not even going to try and do any sort of harassment here. He's just going to start bulking up his main army straight away, getting out a fast medevac. Ooh, actually no, you know what? I reckon these Widow Mines probably are the harassment. He's just going to shoot out there, dump a couple of Widow Mines into the bases, and see how many workers he can take out, which is not a bad idea. It's usually pretty successful. The vision that the Zerg player usually at this point of the game that they have is usually not that good. He's not rushing for mutas or anything like that, so he hasn't got a lair up yet, which means detection is going to be a problem. That's the word I was looking for, detection. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. He needs detection to deal with Widow Mines, because once they get underground, the only way you can get them up is with detection. You build a Spore Crawler, but all that mining time you lose, because you have to know when the Widow Mine is charged up for another hit, and if you miss it out, then you are going to get a lot of workers dying, and that's not fun at all. So medevac gets spotted by the Overlord. Is SeleCT going to boost it now? It's a great time to boost it because he just got seen. 4 Queens coming around. He's got to somehow move around him. He's dicing around. He's going left. He's going right. He's going to shoot through the middle and into the natural expansion. I think he should be able to do a drop off here. Without too many problems. The Widow Mine's popping down. Looks like he actually dropped one down here. Does get taken out. The other Widow Mine does get dropped down. Gets 5 kills. That's phenomenal. They're going down now. The workers are running for it. Oh, that guy killed a bunch of lings as well. Instantly, Spore Crawler coming up here. And where's the Widow Mine for here? I feel like that one got taken out, maybe? Maybe it ran for it. Did he? He's lost 2 Widow Mines. And there's 2 more over here. Ooh, it's a race, but I think the Spore Crawler is going to win right here. Man, that thing gets built pretty fast. So there we go. Gets built. The Widow Mines are getting taken out. The medevac shooting on back. A couple of lings just annoying it a little bit. Viking is out, and look at all of these buildings, man. Sen is going to be very, very happy. He's suicide scouted this with his overlords to see all those buildings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barracks. And he managed to scout them all, as well as the factory and whatever was being built over there, which is, of course, the 3rd base. But you can probably tell, I mean, a building that big, yes, a 3rd base. So very nice. And this Viking continuing to get more kills. So we do have a Spore Crawler over there. We've got a Spore Crawler over there. So Sen has shut that down. And now it looks like Mutaling is a possibility. And we've got a macro hatch there as well as a 4th base down here, the surprise 4th base. And we'll have to hope that SeleCT actually goes out there and tries to scout it, because at the moment he's not going to see it. Ling comes out, is going to start attacking that, so Sen very wisely getting a lot of fast scouts out. He's going to see that. A nice drop coming over here. We've got Marines, we've got more Marines, and we've got more Marines. So no Widow Mines in that drop, however, should be able to destroy a bunch of stuff. Maybe a hatchery here, if they can snipe out the lair. Once again, they do get spotted, and they drop on the high ground, so the Ling's going to be going up there, trying to work themselves out. I think there's enough Marines to deal with these Lings, though, and they get in a nice position where they're not fully surrounded, so the Lings are going to die very, very fast in this situation. Sen desperately needs Banelings, but he does not have the Lings to turn into Banelings right now, so he is slowly getting enough Lings, though. He's lost a crap ton of Lings, though, but he did kill a crap ton of Marines, so 14 versus 33. I don't know. It's anybody's guess as to who came out ahead. I think SeleCT came out ahead by a little bit, because 2 Lings, of course, cost the same as 1 Marine. But nobody really won in that point. I think SeleCT didn't win, and I don't think Sen won either, because he had to use a crap ton of Lings to actually kill those guys. So pretty much an even sort of attack. And SeleCT just decided to go in for the ground. Going to drop some Widow Mines down with him. If he had some Widow Mines with him last time, that would have been awesome, but unfortunately did not. And now is just going to be knocking the creep back, not quite ready to run into that sea of Lings as of yet. And we do actually have Baneling speed out, so Sen got that out pretty fast. He's got 1-1, SeleCT just about to finish 1-1. Is actually getting vehicle weapons out for his Widow Mines. And we do have the Mutas coming out, so it's going to be Triple M and Widow Mines versus Mutaling. One of the extremely standard play checks between Terran and Zerg. And we'll see how it goes. We've got a nice drop coming down here. The Marine's going to get dropped off. Going to be able to kill a few workers. But this is actually a Spine Crawler, so he can actually save them. I thought that was going to be a Spore Crawler, but it is a Spine, and the medevac is just running for it. Dropping down. Might be able to kill 1 or 2 mutas here. No, not even that. The mutas do clean all that stuff up. And SeleCT just escorting a couple of Widow Mines into this area, hoping to get some Baneling sort of, I don't know, falling into this. He does have to be very, very careful. So Sen does realize something fishy is going on, building an Overseer, and he's sort of, the Overseer coming out too late, and the Mutas taking a crap ton of damage. That means that Sen is going to have to keep them in the back, keep them safe and secure for the next minute or 2 while they regenerate their health, because if they go out in combat right now, they're going to die in half the time. I was going to say they die half as fast, but that's like they die even slower, so I don't know. It's just, anyway, they're really, really screwed here. The Link's getting some nice surrounds. Widow Mine's getting some nice hits. This one got a very nice hit. 6 kills right there. And the Mutas, meanwhile, still going in. He's lucky there's no Widow Mines hiding under there, because otherwise these Mutas would be in a lot of trouble. But they are going to force the cancel on that base. Meanwhile, SeleCT going in, but there's more and more Banelings. The Widow Mines trying to get some stuff. They got 13 kills, and I think there was only one shot there, but here we go. Muta's getting out of position a little bit, but they're mainly regen right now, so Select is going to have a bit of time here. Sen feels like he's got enough to make this push, and it's going to take some Widowmine hits to knock him back, I think, but the Widowmine hits not working as well as they could have. Finally, the Bailey's going to go down, and I think he's got enough to scare off this force. More Baileys were about to come in, but they did not. Another drop coming down here. Bailey's coming in. He's got to micro these guys to make sure they stay alive, but he's got his forces occupied. Taking out 2 overseers, very, very nice, and then running away as fast as he possibly can. The Widowmine's getting down there. Some fairly nice shots getting off from the Widowmines, but not killing as much as he possibly could. Really, this force from Sen is just absolutely overwhelming. Have a look, he's on 81 over 68 workers. So Select not behind by any stretch of the imagination, but he just cannot keep up with this amount of Baileys that are coming out, and the Muta's just doing so many good things right here. And I don't know, maybe it's just not enough Widow Mines in this case for Mr. Sen, because he had a few Widow Mines, but he really needed a lot more to deal with these forces that well, and maybe just a bit more stim micro. But I think he was just never really going to hold this off. There's too many Bailings, too many Lings, and Sen looks like he wants to finish it off right here. He's doing a very good job. There's another Thor coming out and a bunch of Marines. And against the Mutas, he's going to be able to hold off. But if Lings continue to stream in, then he is going to be having a bit of a problem right here. Maybe he can hold off on this ramp. The Mutas are trying to take care of the Marines, but oh, look at this. The Mutas just going nuts, and there's so many Mutas. He's not going to be able to hold, and the workers stopping the ramp for now, but they are only seconds away from all getting blown away. And there we go. Sen taking the victory right there. Very, very nice play, and he just went absolutely nuts on the bases. You got an insane economy going on. Select had a pretty good economy as well, but he just could not make it work versus the Muta Ling. There's just so many Lings. It's just so many Lings running in, destroying everything, and it just wasn't working out. I mean, there's a reason why Marine Tank was such a good counter versus the Muta Ling, is that you need the tanks for the splash damage, and Widow Mines do help in that case, but I just think that Select didn't have enough. He didn't have enough Widow Mines coming out. He needed more, and yeah, I think that was the main problem right there. He just needed more Widow Mines. And Sen, I think Sen just played better as well. He got the awesome macro out. He just boosted his forces out nice and fast. Let's have a look at the upgrades. We've got 2-2 with 1 weapons, 2-2 with 1. So there really wasn't much difference between the upgrades, but I do think Widow Mines, in my opinion, were one of the main things. So anyway, game done. Thank you very much for watching this game, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another one. So stay tuned for that.